ReefDVMs coming at you today with Concrete Day in the goat barn. It's been a long time coming. As you guys know, we put up the video when we put the barn up a while back, and we're finally getting to concrete. Concrete takes us a while. You know, you can do it with a cement mixer by hand like we're doing here. You can do it with a big truck and have it poured. You know, there's all sorts of different ways you can do it. To be quite honest, we're starting to get a little low on the funds. You know, COVID's taken its toll, and we had some really bad weather on the farm here just recently. And it hurt the farm a bit. So we're going to do this by the hand method. We're going to do it, you know, with a concrete mixer and by bag, because it's going to save us about half the cost. And of course, obviously, we can save a lot labor-wise then too. So we're framing up an area for the feed silo, cutting in some rebar for it, and we're going to put the rebar in this area extremely heavy because we need this pad to be rock solid as best we can in case any more severe weather comes. Just got hit by a 70+ mile an hour EF1 tornado here recently on the farm, and all the buildings survived, but you know, silos and feed bins and stuff like that all take a beating. Our greenhouse was taking a hit. You know, those things they just can't take that wind. So just kind of setting this up with some excessive rebar. Inside the goat barn, we're going to pour a sidewalk we can work off of, and we're going to pour the landing in front of the garage door. We'll put a little bit of rebar in that, but nothing like we're doing out here, because that stuff just has to deal with weight and foot traffic, versus this will have to deal with, you know, staying together as a single slab. We're even gonna, you know, wire this stuff together so that way when we start pouring, we can just reach down, grab it, and kind of pick it up an inch or two, so it ends up kind of a couple inches up into the concrete. This particular area, we're gonna pour this about 5.5 to 6 inches deep. We've got 2x8s here on the sides that we're using for framing it up, and that should give us plenty of thickness to hold, hopefully, you know, a 3-ton, maybe 2.5 ton silo feed bin here with auger and everything else on it. It'll probably be a little bit more than that. Inside, we're going to be doing the doorway here. So this is where the garage door comes down, and I will put some rebar in that too, at least a couple nice long strands. And then, like I said, we're also going to frame up kind of an alleyway through the barn, so we can put hay and feed and work with all the kidding goats in the back section. So obviously we've got some rebar in that. Yep, I get it, it's the old school method, but this is how we're going to do it. We're going to take some crack resistant concrete, a lot of bags of it, folks. I bought several pallets. Again, it was cheaper than the truck. It's going to be slower and take us all day to do, but we've got the manpower. With the kids on the farm and relatives and family and friends, we're going to get her done. It's just the way to do it and stay affordable. So we're going to mix a lot of this stuff up. We're going to get the pads done and the concrete done. And, you know, like when I'm mixing it right here, this mixer holds, I think, 4 bags. So you can actually do quite a few bags at a time. As you can see right now, it's not quite runny enough. It's a hot day out here. I got to have it runnier if I'm going to pour in this kind of heat where I won't have time to get it screeded out and floated. So we'll make this much more thin as we get used to making it. Once we get used to making it, we can make it pretty fast. Matter of fact, they can make it about as fast as I can pour it and start getting it set up. So this is getting to the consistency I want, so that's what we're going to use right here. Once we get it to this consistency, I can dump it into a wheelbarrow and wheel it inside, or we can dump it right into the outside stuff. Inside, we've got our foam board up against the edge, our rebar's in on the edges, and we're just going to start dumping. One load at a time, and then while we're dumping, we'll start screeting things out and, you know, making it nice and smooth. The sidewalk, hopefully inside, will give us a good vantage point, get us up above the goats, and obviously making it smooth allows us to work. Temperature-wise, it's 84% in here. Humidity right now is 73 degrees, so it's not too bad. But we're just going to keep dumping load after load and keep working it. It'll take us all day, but we do get it done. This is the front where the garage door goes. And then this is where we're at outside. As you can see, I've kind of lifted up that rebar to make it so that it works a little better and is into the concrete more. And, you know, outside we're not even wheelbarrowing. We're just dumping it right from the mixer in. And then, you know, I'm going to put some eye bolts in this, some 8-inch eye bolts. I'll sink them in it when it's just starting to set up. I'll get those in it. And then those will hold like a rock too, and I can actually tie down to that. But right now, just kind of getting it pushed around and in is what I want to do, get it everywhere and bring it up to level. I figure I'll probably stay off the sidewalks for 3 days inside. Probably not use the garage door for a couple weeks just to make sure it gets good and solid. And then, you know, out here, I'll leave it probably for a couple weeks too, just to make sure it gets good and rock hard. But I've got more videos coming on the progress we've made since then. So there it is. She's all done there on this part. Sidewalk's done inside, like I said, and the door part's done. Appreciate you folks watching our channel. You know, there's going to be more videos on getting the goats in and how they're doing in the new barn. But for a goat kidding barn, this has turned out real good, even though a lot of the work we're having to do by hand. But that's the way it goes on the farm when you want to save money. Thanks for watching, folks. Please like and subscribe and support our homestead by watching our channel. Thank you.